Hello everyone, welcome to another video. And I recently passed my certified Kubernetes administrator exam, and in this video I'm going to share my experience and what I did to pass this exam on the first attempt. So first of all, you will get around 16 to 17 questions in the exam, and it's a 2-hour exam, and it is conducted by PSI. So PSI has this virtual browser, so whenever you load the exam, a browser will be loaded, and inside that browser there will be a virtual machine. I got Ubuntu as my virtual box, and inside that Ubuntu machine you have access to all the applications. So the two applications you would need is a web browser and the terminal. So on the left side of your screen you will see a lot of questions, around 16 or 17 questions. I got 16 questions, and with each question you will see a set of tasks. Now you have to perform all these tasks to get full marks, and questions are written in very detail, so it's very easy to also copy paste the name and everything from that to your virtual machine's terminal. So let me tell you one thing, that these 2 hours are not enough. It's really a complex exam. I have given multiple certification exam with AWS, with CompTIA, and usually all those exams are multiple choice. But the exam like CKA is a performance based exam. So you will have to solve those questions in real time on that browser. So even if you take help of any other resource or whatever, basically you still have to put your effort to do those tasks in the exam. So during my exam, I have seen a lot of complaints where people have complained that like basically the browser response was very slow and they were not able to copy paste efficiently. If you have something like that on your exam, just raise a ticket to PSI after the exam. But I did not face that challenge in my exam, so I was able to copy paste easily. Mainly I think you need a solid system with a stable internet connection to do this exam. If your internet connection is not stable, it drops in between, I would recommend that you get an upgrade on your internet connection to just do this exam, because it's really important. You won't be able to copy paste efficiently if your internet is lagging in between. Let's dive into the exam questions now. So I started solving one by one from the first question to the till the 16th question. And one thing I found that the question at the start of the exam are really long and complex. 2 hours are not enough for this exam, so I was not able to finish all the tasks in all the questions, and I got around 76% score. The passing score for this exam is 66%. So I think if you compare, you have to solve around like 12 questions to pass the exam, and those 12 questions basically you have to solve every single task out of those 12 questions. And rest 3 to 4 questions, maybe you even if you are not able to complete those questions, you should be good to go. 3 to 4 months back I did not know any Kubernetes, so I started with the KCNA exam, which is a multiple choice exam, and I passed that on January. If you want a separate video on that, let me know in the comment section. But once I passed the exam, I had basic understanding of Kubernetes and how it worked. So for this exam, it really took me around 1 month and 1 month of rigorous studies, and I followed Mumshad course, which is from Code Cloud on Udemy, to pass the exam. I did not have any other resources. I just followed this single resource from Udemy, and that resource also comes with a lot of mock tests. When I started solving those mock exams on the Udemy, I was not able to get 75%, which is the passing score on those practice exams. I got around like 50 to 60, but I practiced them again and again and again, and eventually I was able to get 85% on those practice tests. And once I was able to get that, I sat for the real exam. And the questions in those practice exams and the real exams are quite similar, not exactly obviously, but they are quite similar. And you will see a lot of topics from those mock tests in your actual exam as well. If you don't know, you also get like killer code shell, those practice questions from when you book the exam. You get basically practice set as well, but those are actually very difficult, I would say, as compared to the real exam. Real exam is a bit easy, but the problem with real exam is that 2-hour limit, because it passes by quickly if you don't solve all the questions one after another. And because all the questions are complex, some of them may be long, some of them may involve troubleshooting, so actually they can take a lot of time. So one of the tip I would like to give you, that if you have spare 5 minutes around the beginning of the exam, just go through every question. If you get 16 questions, just go through them and flag the questions where you would see that you don't know the answer. So just flag those questions and do those questions later, because a lot of questions at the end were easier than whatever was at the beginning of the exam. They were very lengthy questions. So now I would like to tell you some important topics which you need to remember for the exam. So the first one, I would say that scaling, the HPA and VPA, take them seriously. They might come up in your exam. Second thing which I remember is basically just pod and container concept. The concept of multiple containers inside a pod and how to deploy and change or edit those files. Third thing I would say, learn patch command. Patch is very important. Sometimes question will ask you to patch something, but if you, for example, do an edit and solve that question, you won't get full marks. So you need to really carefully read the question and whatever question is asking for. The next thing is Helm. Learn the installation, learn how to make templates and save it to a file or something like that, how to install an application from that template. So Helm is important. The next one I would say is network policy. They are important for your exam. And maybe 2 or 3 questions you will see around troubleshooting the Kubernetes cluster. So where you have to find the pods, for example, in your kube system namespace. And once you get those pods, you will see a list of pods when you do get pods command. And once you see list of pods, there will be some pods which might be broken or not running efficiently. They might be etcd or scheduler or something like that. And you have to basically fix them. So usually you will go into manifest file and edit a few changes, and which will fix the cluster eventually. So these kind of questions also you'll see on the exam. Obviously, I cannot tell you the exact questions because of NDA, but I'm just telling you the important topics. Next would be the concept of static pods. That is important. Some of the questions you may see around the load balancer, exposing your services. So just prepare them well. And just know the difference between node port, cluster IP, and all these things. Like related to services, you will definitely see some questions. So these are all the important topics which I can tell you right now, which I remember from the exam. But apart from that, if you have any doubt or any query regarding the exam, just leave your comments and I'll reply to each and every comment of yours. And I would also say one more tip is to go through some sample questions over YouTube, and you will find some very good questions over YouTube which are quite similar to the exam and which will help you to pass your exam. And if you are again attempting, for example, if you have failed the first attempt and if you are waiting for your second attempt, just be sure that the questions are going to be similar. Some question may be repetitive. So once you finish your first attempt, once you finish your attempt of the exam, just note down the questions which you got, like just remember the questions, the kind of questions you got and the kind of topics you got. Just note down those topics, because next time also you're gonna see similar amount of topics and similar type of questions in your exam. So if you are attempting the second attempt, it will be beneficial for you. And that's about it. I hope you like this video. This was a short, quick and simple video. And if you would like to know more about Kubernetes and want me to teach you Kubernetes over this channel, just comment that as well. And I'll be able to make some or few videos to make you understand how Kubernetes works and how this entire infrastructure is actually set up. I hope you find this video helpful, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.